Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of TheBraps. And today, we're going to talk about adding a motorcycle to the family. We're thinking about adding another motorcycle to the garage collection, to the family. It's going to be a bike for Mrs Brap, and she's looking at wanting to do a supermoto.
Maybe I should have put a sweatshirt on underneath. Okay, so yes, I have decided I might want to drink the Kool-Aid, get a little bit smaller bike for around town purposes. It's not going to be anything to go on long trips with. I'm going to keep the CB to do that. The CB it's a little heavy for me. It's not horrible, but I have trouble with it turning corners and such. We went yesterday while the weather was crappy to all of the dealerships, actually. We hit the Kawasaki dealership, the Honda, and the Yamaha, and I thought we had our mind made up, but then Brap happened.
Yeah, I'm really indecisive when it comes to picking out a bike, especially if we're going to do a purpose-driven bike, and the purpose is going to be for around town riding only, but it has to be supermoto. And when we were at the Kawasaki dealership and we looked at the KLX 140 and we thought, hey, that'd be a perfect little bike to supermoto, and we did some research. Come to find out, people have supermotoed it. But my problem is I don't want to do a big bore kit on it, because then you get into longevity issues with the motor. So top speed on the factory 140 motor is 55, so that's top speed. So and everybody's saying cruising speeds around 40, and that might be okay for around town. You know, most of the speed limit's 35, 45, and there's some spots that are 55. So my problem is it kind of limits us where we can go with it. So we looked at some other bikes. I really think the CRF250L, especially now that it's got a new motor in it, it's got better suspension than previous models had. I'm thinking that might be the best bet from the factory. So the biggest thing that we struggle on is Mrs Brap's height, because she's a itty bitty woman.
Yeah, I struggle with the height and the weight of bikes because of the height. And I guess I'm not ashamed. I'm 135 pounds, 5 foot tall, and trying to get on one of these bigger bikes, it sucks.
She actually has a easier time of moving my WR around than she does her CB, because her CB has a very low center of gravity, all the weight's there, and once you start tipping it, you really feel the weight. Versus on my WR, it's fairly light. I mean, the bike's 296 pounds wet, I think, is what the wet weight is on my WR. So we're going to look at doing a CRF250L from the factory. The seat height is 34.5 inches. The magic number is 30.5 inches. So we got to trim 4 inches off a CRF250L. And you're like, well, how the hell are you going to do that? I don't know yet. I think the lowering link pulls like an inch and a half off of it. Seat comsets, low seat pulls, I think, 3/4 of an inch off of it. And then going from 21-inch front tire, 18-inch rear tire to a 16.5-inch front tire and a 17-inch rear tire, think we might hit that magic number for her.
Bitch, I will fuck you up.